Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for January 31st, 2025. Don't forget to use the Amazon affiliate link for titles in this video. They can be found on the channel's community page. Lionsgate officially announced that March 4th will see the release of Den of Thieves 2 Pantera on 4K. This will be available as a wide release in stores and at various online retailers. Now, for those that are interested in a Steelbook edition plus the first film on 4K, a 2-film collection will only be available at the Lionsgate Limited website. Disney announced this past week that Moana 2 is coming to 4K, but unfortunately only as a Steelbook. The Steelbook is not exclusive to any particular retailer, and it will support HDR, and I hear Dolby Vision will also be included, as well as Dolby Atmos. The release date will be March 18th. Also arriving on the 18th, a new 6-film Middle-earth collection will be available. This will have the same transfers, and I believe some of the extras are also going to be included with this release. March 21st will be the release of Hans Zimmer live in Prague on 4K. I couldn't get confirmation if this will have HDR support or not, but I do fully expect to see Dolby Atmos on this. And I expect to see an official announcement plus cover art for the upcoming 4K of Baby Girl, but we do have a release date nailed down, and that will be March 25th. The 25th of March is also going to be the release of Arrow Video's standard edition of Desperado. The anime feature Summer Wars is expected to arrive on 4K as an Amazon exclusive steelbook, releasing on April 1st. Pre-orders are now live. And as I talked about in last week's video, we now have some official artwork and announcements for Shout Factory's April lineup, beginning with Renfield on 4K, and that is coming out April 1st. HDR, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos will be supported. Walmart will be carrying an exclusive Steelbook edition, only available at that retailer. Shout is also releasing Sorority House Massacre, and that is coming out 1 week later on April 8th. Also coming out on the 8th, Arrow Video has The Long Kiss Goodnight coming to 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision will be supported, as well as a 5.1 track. Kino Lorber has firmed up some official release dates and cover art for some April releases, including Donovan's Reef, starring John Wayne. This is releasing on April 15th. Also on the same day, Sands of Iwo Jima, also starring John Wayne, is coming out on 4K from Kino. Another Shout announcement for April includes The Hunt, which is coming to 4K April 22nd. There's a release date change for the upcoming Dante's Peak, and this was supposed to come out in mid-February. Well, now it is scheduled for release on April 22nd. Kino has also dated the upcoming 4K of Sneakers. This is releasing on April 22nd. I expect official artwork to update very shortly. The official artwork, as well as release date for Career Opportunities on 4K, has been announced this past week. This is releasing April 22nd. The Star Trek spinoff Section 31, starring Michelle Yeoh, has been dated from Paramount. This is coming out April 29th. Severin announced a couple of 4K releases this past week, both scheduled for release on April 29th. Among them, Russ Meyer's Up and Motor Psycho is coming to the 4K format. A 4K edition of the film Swept Away is expected to land at the end of April. No official artwork yet from Kino, but once again, that should change very soon. But April 29th is a reported release date of Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Another April release from Shout Factory, and one I'm personally excited about, Time Cop, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, which will be arriving from Shout April 29th. Sony announced this past week that a standalone 4K of Gandhi, starring Ben Kingsley, will be coming to 4K, releasing April 29th. Now, this will include Dolby Vision. The version that was included with one of the Columbia Classics collections only supported HDR, so this may be a reason to upgrade for those that even have that version. Flight Risk is coming to 4K, and this will be available as an Amazon exclusive steelbook. No release date yet, but I expect this to be either April or early May as a release. Shout Factory looks to be prepping some Jet Li films to arrive on 4K in the coming year. No release date or cover art yet, but there are some titles here to be interested in. Also, some of these were already released on physical 4K from 88 Films in the United Kingdom, so I expect the tech specs to be pretty much the same. Among the titles expected is Fist of Legend and Tai Chi Master, also starring Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh. And The Legend 1 and 2 are expected on physical 4K in the coming year, and The Bodyguard from Beijing. And I'm not sure who's handling this one, but it looks like Crocodile Dundee is coming to 4K sometime in 2025. Now in theaters as of this weekend, Companion is expected to get a 4K release in the coming months. It's time to go over this week's international announcements and pre-orders, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. In Italy, a 4K of Napoli, New York is expected to arrive in that market. That will be coming out on March 6th. There's also an Italian release of Darren Aronofsky's The Whale coming out. This will be releasing March 19th. Germany is expected to get a new 4K of Christopher Nolan's Inception. This will be releasing on March 27th, and the UK is expected to get one a few days later on the 31st. March 31st will also be the UK release of the film Transfers on the format. And just like the US, the UK will also be getting their own version of The Last Kiss Goodnight, which is scheduled for release on April 7th. Arrow Video announced this week that they will be releasing their own versions of the Man with No Name trilogy, or the Dollars trilogy as they call it, as individual releases. If you recall, Kino Lorber released these individually here in the States a few years ago, but unlike those versions, Arrow's releases will in fact support HDR and Dolby Vision. Beginning with April 21st, A Fistful of Dollars will be coming to 4K from Arrow. 1 month later on the 26th of May for a few dollars more. And last but certainly not least, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly will be arriving on 4K. This is scheduled to release on June 23rd. Anora on 4K is coming to German markets. This will be releasing on April 24th. So those are this week's new 4K announcements and pre-orders for the week of January 31st, 2025. Don't forget, if you're interested in any of the titles I talked about in this week's video, direct Amazon links can be found on the channel's community page. But now I want to hear from you. What titles did I talk about this week are you planning to pick up for yourself? And finally, a special thank you to my Patreons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.